Greeting. I hope all is well with you. It's a new day, or new video. Today, I'm just going to talk about one movie. I've had time. I could have found the soundtrack VHS tape that I have, a video cassette, um, or the DVD if I have it, which I'm not sure if I do or not. And before I get too far into this, the views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. Fremont Lee here. How are you? Coffee. Generic looking mug, so I'm not copyright anything. Anyway, Angus, 1995, released in September of 1995 here in the United States. It stars George C. Scott, Kathy Bates, Chris Owen, Ariana Richards, Rita Moreno, and introduces Charlie Talbot, who plays Angus. Angus Bethune. Also in the movie is James Vanderbeek. Trying to see if I had any notes written down. Excuse me. No. As with most movies, there's like a scene or a little series of scenes. So it's like one. Well, it's edited. It's still one scene. The dance scene, the climactic dance scene. I don't want to give too much of the movie away. It was a decent movie. It was in the movie. Angus is always punching Rick not Sanborn. I didn't write that down. Oh well, the James Vanderbeek character. He's always punching him in the nose, and the character, and every time he comes out better looking. Not Angus, the character Rick from the movie, played by James Vanderbeek in the high school age. Because at the beginning of the movie, everyone is like younger, like elementary school, and instead of expressing himself with words or whatever, when Rick says something or does something to Angus, he either punches him in the nose, or there's a scene where he throws the football back at him because early in the movie, in the beginning, the dialogue, young Rick throws a football to Angus, who catches the football, and he says, "Hey, we can play football. You can play the field." Or you could be the field. To which Angus turns and chucks the football back at him, and someone yells, "You broke his nose, Angus!" Which happens like 5 or 6 times throughout the movie, I think. And every time he gets better looking, he ends up looking like James Vanderbeek in the movie. Which it cracked me up. I don't know about you, if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I'd suggest it. I don't want to call it an after school special or anything, but if you're familiar with that, if you're not, I'm sorry. But it was a decent movie. Soundtrack was fairly good. I liked the "Love Spit Love" song they did. Again, I had time. I could have looked it up. I could have found the stuff, but I don't know. But the big climactic scene, there's a dance, and they set it up to where Angus wins it's not prom king, but like spring dance, the or whatever. He's the king of the dance or whatever. And it's like I'm not sure if, but I think I got enough votes. So he ends up Angus ends up winning king of the dance. So and he's always liked this girl. And right now I can't think of the character name. Played by Ariana Richards. Melissa Lefevre is the character, and well, it's they're called up and they're on this. They're dressed up and ready to be introduced as the king and queen of the dance. So they have like a little go between with each other. Like uh, she explains how nervous she is, and it's like, and he's like, yeah, well, you know. To which she's like, I guess it's all right when a guy sweats, but it's and he's all nervous and everything. He kind of like wipes the sweat from his face. It's like, and she's nervous, he's nervous, but she's like the popular girl, and he Angus isn't really, but he's good on the football field, um, or fair on the football field because in his speech he ends up giving, uh, which is great. When the edited for television, it was on TBS or TNT or WGN or blah blah blah, whatever channel it was. It's dubbed in. I'm still here, Adnoid. Adnoid is it's funny. There are scenes in the movie that they aired on the channel, whatever channel it was aired that wasn't edited. They would have extra scenes that wasn't in the movie, which throws me a little. It was like Breakfast Club when they aired that, and there was like uh, the scene where Claire ends up saying, "Huh, she's pretty cool," huh?" And it's like that was kind of unlike her character when you've watched it, the original release and everything without the bonus footage or anything. But anyway, uh, lately I've been stuck on watching YouTube videos and not the whole movie of, but just like clips. Sully is one of them. Can we get serious now, Captain? We've seen The Sims, and we've heard about the simulations, and we're actually watching one. But that whole scene, that's in 4 parts. If you check it out on YouTube, I hope they're still up after I mention this because it's a good scene. It was the movie Sully. Tom Hanks plays Captain Chesley Sullenberger, who when they land on the Hudson. But yeah, just little clips of. Anyway, Angus, the after the dance, Rick keep wanting to say Sanborn, but that's like Sam Sanborn, the West Wing character, played by Rob Lowe. I think it was Rob Lowe. Yeah. But anyway, in the movie, Angus, Rick ends up confronting, come on, the joke's over. After Angus and Melissa dance, Rick comes in and is like, hey, the joke's over. Look at this guy. Rick, that's enough. And he goes out, he kind of goes after her like he's all mad and stuff. Angus gets in between them and is like, hey man. And Rick pushes Angus and it's like, and they end up having a little confrontation there. And he says, oh, maybe it's time I break your nose. Take your best shot, ass. So Angus goes down into the table and he's like, oh, Rick's standing over him. Welcome to high school, Angus. Good thing you're leaving. Angus gets up. I'm still here, asshole. I'll always be here. You can push me down. I'll get back up again, and again. As he's pushing Rick across the dance floor, gymnasium. It's a powerful speech. I love it. And I'm breaking it up with extra shit. I had it memorized, and now I'm into it, and it's like, uh, but yeah, he ends up pushing Rick all the way back to the stage, and Rick lands on the steps, and he's like, and standing over him, he's like, "I can beat you right now, right here, right now, but I don't want to be better than you. I don't want to be better than anybody. I am who I am. I want to be who I am. A fat kid who's good at science and fair at football. That's who I am. I can live with it. Why can't you?" Rick gets up at that time and he's like, "Because it's not normal. You're not normal. And who is? You? You bet your ass." And Angus is like, "Oh, and so to be normal, we all have to be like you? There are 400 people in this room that are nothing like you. Some of them are fat, some of them are skinny, some of them are tall, some of them are short, some have braces, birthmarks, scars, frizzy hair, or ears that stick out," referring to Chris Owen. I don't know if you've seen the movie. His ears stick out throughout the movie. I mean, he's not holding them like this, but most of them probably walk through these halls every day, not telling anybody the truth about what they really want or need or believe, because people like you, normal people like you, have them terrified of being who they are. I mean, if you're normal, what does that make them? So which is it, Rick? Are you normal or just one of us? Rick kind of smugly scoffs. He's like, "Whatever I am, something you'll never be." To which Angus is like, "Thank God." I mean, it's a great scene. I don't do it justice. David Justice, Victoria Justice, Justice League, um, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Sorry, just rambled there for a second. But yeah, it was a great scene. If you can find the movie, I would suggest it. It was a decent movie. It was the they cut it down like half because in the original story, his parents are gay. It, then a revised in the screenplay version, his mom is still alive and his dad is gay, but they edited it down and cut it out the gay dad thing. Excuse me, and just made the mom a truck driver, Kathy Bates. Um, Meg Bethune is the character. Her father, played by Chris, played by not Craig T. Nelson. I was close though. George C. Scott um, plays Angus's grandfather. It was a good movie. He did it was great performances. Um, had a crush on the recycling girl, Lindsay Price. I don't know. Anyway, no, might have just been the fact that she flashes her costume. I don't know. Anyway, wow, I should probably cut this out. No, it's don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, you ever have a train of thought and the train jumps the track? No, the it was a big dance scene. It was great. It was Kathy Bates, George C. Scott, Rita Moreno. It was actually going somewhere with something. It was just like right out the window. It's a good movie. I do suggest it. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is my opinion. That's what I was going with it. When it was originally released at the movie theater, I watched it. Something didn't sit right. It was like I don't is that it just seemed like something was missing. So I turned around, got a refill of my popcorn and drink, bought another ticket, and watched it again. Watched it twice. Same day. It was like I watched it, went back in, watched it again. Or I guess this way. I don't know which could be reversed on the video. I haven't paid attention to this, but it was a good movie. I the second time I was like, okay, okay, he's okay. Uh, but it was a good movie. I liked it. It was there were some scenes in like the Major League scene, the original Major League with Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, where they're sitting at the bar and the guy walks up and it's like whatever, and Tom Berenger's character says, "Don't worry about it. The ball wouldn't have been hit out of most parts." Name one. Yellowstone. In the commercials, the trailers for the movie, they had that. Then you go to see the movie and it wasn't in the movie. It's still not in the movie, as far as I know. But it was in the commercials for the movie. They ended up putting it in the sequel, Major League 2. No offense to the actress saying it, Renee Russo. Good actress. But the line just didn't. I mean, I can understand why she's the character was nervous saying it because they're in a diner at this point, I think, in Yellowstone. And it just didn't flow right with me for some reason. But it's a good movie. Nobody's birthday that's in the movie is today, which is June 8th, 2020. If you're watching this then, if you're watching this at some other point, it's just here, whatever it is tonight. But at the point in which I am playing this, I'm recording this, it is June 20th. June 20th. It is June 8th, 2020. I hope all is well with you. Please remember, be kind to each other. You don't know what anybody's going through. They could be having a really bad day all year long. And this is a good year for that to happen because a whole lot of shit. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to bring it up. I don't want everyone going, "Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me." It's a lot of crap happening, and I don't know. I think that's why Angus kind of that big speech. To be normal, we have to be like you. There are 400 people in this room, nothing like you. I mean, that whole speech. I mean, to me, it was like that's an awesome speech. I don't know how long the kid had to read it to get it stuck in his head, or because you don't. I mean, there are a lot of cuts in the movie in that scene where they go to him, cut to Rick, cut to reaction shots of other kids and Chris Owen with the ears. He pops up after when he says people with ears that stick out. He's like, oh, me. It was a good movie. I like the. Again, I'm not trying to ruin the movie for you or give everything away, but there was a scene where the Rick and his two cronies in the movie steal Angus's underwear from his locker, from the gym locker, and they end up running it up the flagpole. Chris Owen, his character in the movie, Troy Wedberg, ends up saying, "Gee, Angus, your underwear is almost as big as the flag." And they show Angus, and he's like, huh. And then they cut back, and the underwear is like it's like a freaking sailboat sail, just they're trying to get the thing down, and it's just in the breeze, kind of like this, where it's like, and for some reason it's real windy, and the people trying to get the stuff off ends up The wind catches the underwear, and unhooks it, and right into Melissa Lefever's face. uh, I'm, uh, I'm, I'm sorry, just picturing that, it just cracks me up. Uh, she was probably having a good day right up until then. uh, uh, then after that, it's like Chris and Angus are walking. Troy Wedberg, the character in the movie, and Angus are walking to the park to meet Angus's grandfather, played by not Craig T. Nelson, damn it, George C. Scott, and because he's playing chess with a friend, and I'm moving the pieces. Anyway, Troy and Angus are talking. It's like, don't worry, don't worry about it, Angus. It's not like your name was in your underwear. And some kid's sitting there. Those was your underwear, Angus. You sitting at the tree doing homework or something. I don't know, but it was funny. Somebody, it's like, somebody knows. It's about 90 minutes. The movie, say about, because depending on which version you watch, it could be longer, could be shorter. It was a good movie. I do recommend it. Angus, 1995. Could be Trey Cool Angus, depending on where you're from. Or Vol Cool. I'm not. It's there's a whole lot of trivia. It's like in German, it's a different something. But yeah, I'm gonna skip doing birthdays today because I mean, fuck it. Colin Baker, who played Doctor Who in 1983 to 86. Bonnie Tyler, singer. Total Eclipse of the Heart. I think that was her, Bonnie Tyler. Nancy Sinatra, writer Troy Duffy, Boondock Saints, the McManus brothers, the Boondock Saints, not the one with the little kid and grandpa and whatnot. Alan Scarf, who was on the TV series 7 Days, 1998 to 2001. Juliana Margulies, Kathy Baker, James Darren, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Millicent Martin. I didn't write down what she was in, but Griffin Dunn, Kanye West, Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran, David Sutcliffe. I'm not sure, that he looked familiar. I was like, okay. Frank Grillo, who he was in the #1 spot on the list of IMDb today. Tori DeVito, could be DeVito. There's 2 T's. I thought maybe it was like she was related to Danny DeVito, but I don't think so. JP Manoux, or Manoux, Manous. He was on Phil of the Future. Sonia Braga, Talking words. Mark Feuerstein, Kevin P. Farley, Cyril O'Reilly, Deborah Klinger, writer Will Smith of Veep, 2012 to 2017, and he wrote Paddington 2 in 2017. Not to be confused with actor, producer, whatever, Will Smith, Fresh Prince Will Smith. This is a different Will Smith. Lori Pfeiffer, C.T. Fletcher, Alex Band. Those who have passed, whose birthdays are June 8th. Jerry Stiller, Dana Winter, who was Becky Driscoll in the 1956 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Bernie Casey, who was the teacher in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and he was also the Tri-Lambda guy who comes in Revenge of the Nerds, Robert Preston, who was in The Music Man, Joan Rivers, Gaston Moshin. I could be mispronouncing that. My apologies. He was in The Godfather 2, I believe it was said. Charles Tyner, who was, again, he looked familiar. Name sounded familiar. Don Grady, who was on the TV series My Three Sons, 1960 to 1972. George Wallace, who was in Forbidden Planet, 1956, and played Commander Cody in Radar Men from the Moon in 1952, and John War Eagle. Those have passed. The first list was those who are still with us physically. It is June 8th. The views and opinions expressed in this video are mine, Fremont Lee. For those of you wondering, I dropped the F-bomb because it just, I don't know. I figured, fuck it. It didn't seem necessary. But today I discussed and spoke of the movie from 1995, Angus. I do suggest it. If you find it, you watch it. I'm not sure if it's available online anywhere. I personally, as I said, have been watching clips on YouTube, and I don't know. It's just some scenes I just want to watch. Kind of like down Periscope. There's a scene where Stepanek, they've either the sub's gone down and they're taking on water because pipes are bursting in the engine room, and they're taking on water, and the whole time Stepanek, the character Stepanek, is like trying to get kicked out because he doesn't want to do it, and it's totally voluntary. Yeah, but my dad is a general and he wants me to do, so he's doing it because his dad wants him to. It's like, that's anyway. He ends up getting up. I'll take care of it, and he heads back and locks the door so the water doesn't get out into the rest of the sub, and he starts binding up the pipes that are bursting. I don't know. It's like that scene I want to watch. Rest of the movie, not so much, really. I mean, it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Down in Periscope, decent movie. Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Holly, Rob Schneider. The fat guy from Armageddon. His birthday was not that long ago. Recently, it was. He's got 3 names. He was Santa Claus in Home Alone when I think it was Home Alone. I think it was Home Alone 2. But he ends up wanting to get. Kevin goes and is like, I just want my parents back. Yeah. He's like, oh, dang, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And he's got the beard. You can't see his face. And I can't think of it. Right there, Kevin Hudson Campbell. His birthday was June 5th. Armageddon, down Periscope. I have him written down. Also that day was Kenny G, Debbie Trejo, who's Danny Trejo's wife. Producer Kathleen Kennedy, Laurie Anderson, Mark Wahlberg, the Marky Mark Wahlberg, not Mark Wahlberg, like some host show, something. R&B singer Brian McKnight. Anyway, that was June 5th. This is June 8th. I hope all is well with you. And please, as I've said, please be kind to each other. You don't know what anyone's going through. You're going through shit. They're going through shit. You just gotta, and of course, like that meme, oh, be kind to each other. Nice blinker, asshole. It's just, Again, you don't know what other people are going through. We're all going through shit. I hope your day is going well, or does go well, depending on when you watch this. Hope you have a great day, or hope you had a great day. If you don't, tomorrow's another day. Good luck. I don't know if giving a thumbs up is a good thing or somebody else something or other, but God bless.